kind of our heritage. And so thank you. I know who is out there protecting that each and every day. And there's no one that cares more than the people who are really in this room. I want to talk a little bit about what a DeWine administration would mean in regard to some of the issues that you care about. First of all, I'm excited about the prospect of serving as governor, and one of the reasons I'm really excited is because of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. I can look back to when I was a Boy Scout, and our troop leader worked for the department, and then our next troop leader worked for the department. So long history. Men and women who are professionals, men and women who really have a passion for what they do. So my first commitment to you is, in the DeWine administration, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources will really be the crown jewel of the administration. We care very much about what goes on there. Second, I'm a pretty good listener. You know, I've traveled this state probably more than most people in the last 30 or 40 years. But I will tell you that there's not a day goes by that I don't learn things. And tonight would be another example. And some of the things that some of you were telling me tonight, I heard last year as well. I've heard from my friend Mike Budzik. And by the way, let me just introduce Mike, because Mike Budzik heads up the Sportsman's Coalition for DeWine, Houston for governor. Mike, can you stand up? We're very proud to have you, Mike. My commitment to you is that the Division of Wildlife will, under a DeWine administration, continue a long history, tradition of excellence of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and the Division of Wildlife. We will have professionals, we will have people who will follow good scientific best practices, and we will have people in the leadership who have a real passion for this work. One of the things that I think is unique about the department is when you, particularly in the Division of Wildlife, when you talk to the men and women who are there, they're special people. They care about what they're doing, and they have that passion. I've always felt that, you know, what you want for your kids and your grandkids is for them to find something they love to do and have a passion for it. And that's what historically we have found in the Division of Wildlife. Let me just add a couple things. One of the challenges we face in this state today is a disintegration of families, and frankly, families that are dysfunctional. I see it all the time. I see it in the challenges that I deal with as the Attorney General. One of the great things I think about hunting, fishing, and trapping is it brings families together like nothing else really does. It is a wonderful thing. And I would ask you for a moment to think back the first time that you went out with a parent, grandparent, to hunt, to fish. And think about that. I can remember going out hunting with my dad. We had an English pointer. We were hunting pheasants. It was just a blast. And part of that was because I was with my father. One of the things that I remember him telling me, and he was a very hard worker, businessman. But he told me when he was out hunting, and we'd be out in the field, he would tell me, "This is the most relaxed I ever am." He said, "I'm just looking at the dog and hunting." My grandfather, as well as my father, taught me how to fish. And it's been something that has been a lifelong passion, something that we did with our grandkids, Lake Erie, just a lot of fun. So what you do, what you care about, is really so very, very much about family. So let me just conclude by mentioning the Second Amendment. As Attorney General, one of my jobs has been, and a job that I've embraced, is to seek reciprocity with more states in regard to concealed carry. Good. It has been, I gotta read all these to you, but these are the states where we've expanded during the time I've been Attorney General, and we've had help with the state legislature, the Ohio State Legislature. I want to give them a shout out for helping us do that. But we've expanded reciprocity to Texas, Arizona, Georgia, Colorado, Louisiana, Kansas, Wisconsin, Arizona, New Mexico, New Hampshire, and Pennsylvania during the time that I've been your Attorney General. We're very proud of that. And I'm also proud that in my capacity as your Attorney General, I've gone into court on a number of occasions to file what's called amicus briefs, or friends of the court, to protect Second Amendment rights. Specifically, we've done it several times in regard to municipalities, local jurisdictions, sometimes in other states, that somehow thought that they were exempt from the Second Amendment and would pass laws that would restrict Second Amendment rights. And we've gone into court. My lawyers have drafted the briefs, and we have filed that because we wanted our say. We wanted the court to hear what we had to say to protect the Second Amendment. So we're very proud of that as well. Thank you very much. I know that there will be some questions, and I apologize for holding you this long, but I get to keep my mic, okay? It's good.
Yeah, we're high tech. Oh, look out. Well, thank you again for being here tonight. We really do appreciate your willingness to address our crowd and address some of the questions that they submitted to us. Before we get to the questions, I do just want to recognize that U.S. Senator Rob Portman and his wife Jane have just joined us. They're up on Lake Erie fishing today and holding a round table on Lake Erie issues. So he is a little late, but he's here, and we appreciate it. Was Frank here as well?
Frank LaRose, right back there.
Absolutely.
Frank, Secretary of State. Frank.
So the first question we got, we received a lot of questions and had to whittle it down to kind of the top themes, many of which we've talked about in our meetings previously. You know, it's no secret that the trust between the leadership of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and sportsmen from across the state is at an all-time low. As governor, what will you do to rebuild this fractured relationship and assure the sportsmen and women in the room tonight that an ODNR, that the ODNR in a DeWine administration